okay. Of course. I mean, this is every Sixers fan, like, little self-monologue. I want to talk about Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is so annoying. I am so annoyed with Ben Simmons because I have vouched for this man time and time again. He is so good at so many things, right? And there's always that one thing where it's just like, if you even show a willingness to do it, it doesn't even have to be good. You don't have to be good at it. You just have to do it. Okay? All you have to do is shoot a basketball. And you're an amazing player. You are so elite. Okay? You are defensive player of the year. Should have been at least. You are a phenomenal passer. Like next level court vision. You're quick. Like, you're just ridiculous. You can do it all. But you don't shoot. You don't shoot a basketball. And like, how is that possible? How do you not shoot a basketball as an NBA player? How do you have such a reluctance? I mean, sure, I get it. You don't have to shoot every time down the court. That doesn't have to be your role. But to have none, zero willingness to shoot a basketball, and it seeps in. It's not even just the three-point line now. He goes closer and closer and closer until he's even hesitating to shoot like 2-3 foot shots. He's hesitant to take a wide open dunk. And it's just like, here's where you draw the line. Here's where you don't give him any more time. You don't give yourself any more vouchers for him. It's over. And it's good that it's over. I'm very upset with how little value we're going to get. I recently saw, like a small little clip by Michael Connor on the rights to Ricky Sanchez, and he just lays into Ben Simmons and how all we did was support and support and support, and he puts us in this scummy situation. But it's like we have waited so long. You know, we expressed that we were at least willing to listen to trade offers at one point or another last season, and it's like, okay, it's nice to stay behind him after that, right? But that always puts like an idea in his mind. I'm sure it does. And then, you know, after that, that's when we had peak value, peak interest, because, you know, it was still a ticking clock. It was still like, oh, it's only his X year. I think it was like, what is it, fourth year playing now? I think. And it's just like, okay, you have one more year to hope that he shoots a basketball. And you just don't have that year anymore. And he's shown more reluctance even. He's gone in the opposite direction. And so, we could have I'm not saying we would have gotten Harden, but to go from a Harden level player, this just reminded me of the Michael Connor because I left a comment about this. This is just such a decrease in value. I mean, to go from getting potentially James Harden for Ben Simmons, right? You know, you got to throw in Maxey or Thibault or whatnot. But at that time, I mean, you look at the trade package that they ended up getting, like Maxey and Simmons. I mean, in a new environment for Simmons, like that is a ridiculous steal at that time because, I mean, it's pretty close by to the 39-point game against the Nuggets. Like Maxey's showing himself. And Simmons, like I said, he's still got more time and less reluctance. And so it's just ridiculous to think that you go from James Harden, right, to now you have to settle for like, oh, maybe we can get Buddy Hield from the Kings. You know, I've heard Malcolm Brogdon. I love a Malcolm Brogdon trade idea. I can get into that some other time, but I think that's a great deal. I mean, at least in terms of like cutting your value, but still getting someone that really helps, right? I mean, he's really just a solid guy. My big thing is that if the Simmons, so everyone is, you know, obviously upset that they are selling down. I'm upset too that we are selling down on Simmons, and we have to because of this uncomfortable situation, right? But I do always vouch for getting pieces that better fit a team. And so this is why I still keep going back to the Kings, and I'm willing to kind of sell low, right? Because Buddy Hield fits so well. He's such an improved JJ Redick, honestly. He shoots at a high volume, at a high percentage, consistent shooter. He gets on hot streaks, but I haven't seen him like coldest of cold recently. I mean, he's just such a good player. He's got a strong build to him. I'm not going to like vouch for him on defense or anything, but he's like a big guy. So he could definitely do something for us. At least he wouldn't be a defensive liability as much as Redick was when he was playing in that role. Like Seth Curry gets attacked still, things like that. But my goodness, I really like Buddy Hield. I've always vouched for him. I wanted a Horford to be dealed for him initially. So once again, it just sucks that we have to be in a position where, you know, we might be getting Buddy Hield for Ben Simmons instead of Hal Horford. Like, cause I mean, Buddy Hield would have complimented Ben Simmons even. Like, that would have been great. But I just, I like the idea of, trading with the Kings and then, maybe we don't get Halliburton. I would love Halliburton, right? But if we don't get Halliburton, say we get like Marvin Bagley as a backup four, because like, I would rock with Marvin Bagley more than I would George Niang. At least at the beginning, I would give Marvin Bagley time because he's got time, unlike Ben Simmons, who's just consistently like kind of backpedaling at this point. Only in the shooting aspect of his game, though. He's just getting so much better at every portion except the shooting. But another thing that's good about getting, assets like Buddy Hield and, say, Marvin Bagley in that situation is that it's not just going to be them. There's going to be some type of, draft compensation to him. And so in a position like that, you get rid of Simmons and you don't necessarily have to trade Maxey or Thibault. I am really, really partial to Thibault. If we had to keep Maxey or Thibault, I'm keeping Thibault, especially if we're trading Simmons, which we are. We have to. But yeah, I mean, like when you trade for Buddy Hield and you get Bagley, you're also getting draft compensation. And my whole thing is I actually think that draft compensation is going to go towards finding like a true point guard. So not like someone elite, but someone that can actually fill a starting role on a championship team. Obviously that leaves the question of, and I'm once again like kind of harping on Mike O'Connor's ideas too, where he talked about Jimmy Butler's and Embiid's pairing. And obviously there was like the off-court connection, they were a really good pair, but that was a very defined two best players on a finals team. And they could both fit the quotum there. But when you take away Ben Simmons with all the potential and you leave, Buddy Hield and Tobias Harris kind of fighting for that second best player position, that's not good. That's a whole lot of like questions going into any type of finals matchup. Like, do you have the star power? And in most instances, that will be no. That will 100% be no. Buddy Hield is not dropping like endless amounts of points like superstars are in finals. It's just not happening. It's not happening. But, I mean that is really the only problem. And that sucks because we thought it's just that Simmons didn't pan out to be that second star. And now we have to try and fish up a new one when it is rearing its ugly head that he is not the second star. Oh, other trades I like, if we end up going with the Raptors, I really hope we fight for Anunoby somehow. That's kind of like the make or break for a Toronto deal for me. Like I guess I would have to take Van Vliet and Anunoby or Siakam and Anunoby. And that's a lot to ask. We might have to give up Maxey in that situation. I think I would do a 2-for-2 though, with some draft compensation back if we were to go, say, like Maxey and Simmons for Van Vliet and Anunoby. And I don't think the money would work out just because Maxey's on his rookie contract. And Anunoby's on, like, I think his extension after his initial contract. But don't quote me on that. I mean, the money might work out. Other trades I would do, the Timberwolves, I mean, obviously, you hold strong. You need D'Angelo Russell back. Along with Malik Beasley and draft compensation, because D'Angelo Russell is kind of fizzling out right now too. Like I don't think he's like a huge catch either by the Timberwolves. Like even if they did offer D'Angelo, Malik, and draft compensation, I don't know if their offer would like blow me away in relevance to like what the Kings can offer you. The Raptors, I think they're trailing behind, but I really do like Malcolm Brogdon from the Pacers. From the Spurs, I feel like that's just literally a lesser offer. The DeJounte Murray trade, or offer at least, is literally to me just a lesser version of D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley. I mean, DeJounte Murray can definitely pan out to be a little bit better. He obviously offers a little bit more defense as well. They're going to be a little more level-headed than, Malik Beasley, who's had his off-court issues. D'Angelo Russell, like his nonsensical behavior off the court as well with Nick Young. Kind of trade definitely offers a little bit more maturity if you go to Spurs, just because, they're coming right from Popovich. They know how to conduct themselves. But yeah, a lot of stuff to think about. Benjamin Simmons. I mean, he is really just, oh my God.